stream though. Oh. Let me figure this out here. Okay. That's cool. All right. Seems to be doing better, hopefully. I'll keep an eye on it. All right. Let me pull back up the music. And we'll pull up the charts. There we go. Seems like it's doing okay. Somebody let me know if I'm back on YouTube. Good on TikTok. Are we good on YouTube? What is up? What's going on with Pepe, bro? We'll take a look at Pepe. I want to finish. It seems like the kilobits are doing good on OBS. Seems like the kilobits are doing good on OBS. Make sure that we are good. Okay, we're back. You're back. Is this the same stream or is it a different stream? On the Y word. The red Y stream that I can't say on TikTok. Is it the same one or is it a different one? Same stream. Okay, great. Fantastic. My mic is quiet. Is that for everyone? Testing. Ooh, might be a little. Turned up just a little. There we go. That should be good. Test. That should be good. All right. Hopefully I'm not. New stream on YouTube. Different. Okay. All right. It is what it is. All right. Let's get back into it. NASDAQ. Bugging a little on TikTok. Okay. Mic is good on Tube. Flux realistic price target, please. $5. That's perfect. Perfecto. All right. Bitcoin's looking good. NASDAQ. Russell 2000 hit an all-time high. 2021 all-time high today. Beautiful. Total 3 hit a 2021 all-time high today. Beautiful. Ethereum has a very good setup, in my opinion. Long-term, macro, and in the short term. That's what we were just talking about before everything started bugging out. You have your mark up, your mark down, selling climax, secondary test in phase B, and your spring. And in my opinion, we're at our sign of strength. So I think we're going to test the top of the range here, if not getting into the 52 to 5,400. Which, by the way, that's not like crazy moves, right? That's not an insane move to happen for Ethereum. It's a good move compared to the stock market for sure. 5,200 is a 14% move. And 5,500 would be a 17% move. Nothing crazy, right? However, what that does, though, is put Ethereum firmly in price discovery. Firmly in price discovery. And that is a very big deal. Because what that's going to do is wake everything else up, in my opinion. Still bullish on your alt list. I am still bullish on my alt list. I don't know what's going on, guys. I literally just updated everything. It is what it is. Peanut, get off the Wi-Fi. Peanut's not even here. Peanut's out and about. Okay. Mr. Anderson, thanks for becoming a member for 10 months. Yes, savage.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Good on the side note. Mike is good on the tube. Okay. let's get into XRP, and then we'll get into your guys' questions, comments, concerns. It looks like this one might be stream is great on X. Okay. TikTok is good. All right. There's nothing else I can do. I literally restarted the stream. I updated my apps. I am maxed out. I do not have facilities. That's it. That's all I got. XRP finding support off of the 30-minute 200 average, looking pretty good over there. And as far as, you know, jumping the creek, that's still what I think that we're doing. We need to get above 312 for a continuation. Ultimately, I think that XRP is going to test the top of this range again and make a plunge to the upside, which should be about $425 in my opinion. With that, we'll get into you guys' questions, comments, concerns. Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting the share so other people can spam that like button. Ski, my biggest P&L yet. IMX 20x 473%. Let's go. Ski on the 30-minute. Right? Calvin Hill said he don't close weekly above 124 for Bitcoin. We are going to 90. And then what? Right? This idea that we're going to 90 and then off to the races is not true. Yeah. Almost no momentum. Yeah, the same was true for Bitcoin. The same was true for Ethereum. The same was true for Solana. When the ETFs dropped, nothing happened. Because it's not a real spot ETF. Would you rotate ETH into SEI at this point? Appreciate you, bro. Most altcoins will outperform Ethereum in my opinion. However, SEI I don't have super strong convictions on. I guess it's okay looking. I think $1. So, I mean, I think you're probably not for SEI, to be honest. Algo 248 eGold. Price, please. What is up, Suki? Peanut on 2nd Avenue. He's out hanging out. Near gonna pop. Sound is good. I need Solana to chill out so I can buy more Sonic. I mean, you think about the ROI. If you think about the ROI, if the year does not have at least a year of data, do not ask for price prediction. That is correct. Sonic by December. New all-time high. Violent. Sonic is my number one 100x play. He said it could go lower. Well, at least that's consistent. Now, listen, I disagree, but I'm seeing people saying that, you know, we're going to go to 90 and then, you know, I haven't been this bullish on the macro markets in a long time. So let me just start there. And like the Russell 2000 just hit an all-time high. Total 2 just hit an all-time high. Ethereum is flirting with an all-time high. Solana's market cap's flirting with an all-time high. BNB all-time high. I have not been this bullish on the market for a while. Okay, I was very cautious about yesterday. But yesterday came and went. And that's it. And historically, what do we know? What do we know, ladies and gentlemen? October and November are the best, not the second best, the best 2 months for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. The average return with 10 years of data is 29.6% in October. The average return with 10 years of data is 40% in November. That's the average. I am very bullish for the next couple of months. The Crypto Grinch Jam said we have out all season back. The Crypto Grinch Jam said we can have out alt season back. Our alt season back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough when you call 2,700 top for Ethereum to just, like, keep holding on to that. You know. Hey. Everyone was wrong about rate cut pullback. Skis, IMX is doing good. Yeah, Eli said he made 500% today. Is Sonic your project? Sonic is ran by me. I did not create Sonic. I took it over, though. I am Doc. 6 low is my wallet. Jam is the older millennial of crypto. Painfully wrong. October. Sonic I had to buy because my son loves Sonic. Bitcoin from here. My target is 138. We need to get above the all-time high first. So that's going to be a resistance point getting into the 120s again. $495 as we speak. Let's go. So that's going to be the next big resistance point for Bitcoin. Getting above that, that's going to be a big deal. It will be resistance. So I'm going to be cautious around there. But I think, again, like, you know, what have I been talking about? How, like, who has followed me for any amount of days? If I have showed you this graph, I have one time, I have showed you this graph 737 times. For the last 3 years, for the cryptocurrency roller coaster ride, we have been on the fiat to Bitcoin. And it does not move linearly. It moves exponentially. Okay? And I think it's clear we have moved past or into, deep into, if not past, Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin. That is what has happened very quietly. It doesn't feel like it because Ethereum is not at an all-time high. Right? That's only when retail can understand, comprehend, and feel that the price is doing really well, is when it's at an all-time high. They don't feel it before then, even though Ethereum was just at $2,100. Even though Ethereum was just at $3,000. We can't feel it, comprehend it until it's at an all-time high, because all-time high, that means a good time to buy. VeChain looking real good. I agree. VeChain's my top blue chip play right now. Top blue chip play. What's coming up with Solnic? In addition to everything, we have so it's official. I believe it was October it was announced. They will finally be putting Solnic on the Solana ecosystem of I just lost a blank. What's the thing called? What's the thing in Dano, what is the thing? On-chain. On-chain in October. So that's a big deal. You're going to be able to buy Solnic using a Google Wallet, Apple Pay, credit card, debit card. No complicated exchanges. You're going to be able to buy it. If you have a Gmail account, you will be able to buy Solnic. If you have an Apple account, you will be able to buy Solnic. If you have a debit card, you will be able to buy Solnic. That is easier than any other thing. So that is coming in October. Very excited for that. That is official. They delayed it a long time. but here we are. We're gonna finish the filming of the documentary BYOB in springtime. We're continuing to work on the stable coins. We're continuing to work on the dApps. Staking is live. You can earn 30% reward on your Sonic right now. That is live. So those are the things that we're developing right now. But there are some big things behind the scenes that I'm working on as well that I cannot talk about. I cannot talk about it. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you when. All I can say is you will see it on the charts. That's it. And you're just gonna have to trust and believe. I think I've earned that. I think I've earned that benefit of the doubt. Get Sonic verified on Moonshot. Coffee. Let me know. Let me know what is required. I have no issue doing that. And then I will give you a finder's fee for figuring that out. I think that's a good idea. Are you going to make any NFTs for Sonic? There's already NFTs for Sonic. My man Charlie's rocking the PFP right now. Captain, my captain. So yeah, guys, big things are coming. I think, listen, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you, be straight up, honest, transparent. I think we are going to do everything. My beard will be safe by the end of the bull market. 7.5 cents. That's the beard bet. All of our goals, I think, are within reach this bull market. And it's not the finish line for me. I don't have a mindset that we need to do it now or else. I'm not operating off of that mindset. So I'm excited. Like I tell you right now, I'll be aggressively accumulating the supply in the bear market. You can believe that. And I may be aggressively accumulating it soon. Thoughts on VeChain, LCX? I like VeChain. Bare bones target is 15 cents minimum. It's on Phantom. It is. DOT 24,100. Where is Sonic sold? You can buy it on Phantom, Jupiter, Soulflare, SetoX, Crypto.com, Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. What's end of September look like in your opinion? I'm bullish on the whole markets. We might get some pullbacks, but in my opinion, any dips are for buying. I have not been this bullish on the market since I have not been this bullish on the broader markets since April. And before that, I have not been this bullish on the broader markets since October of 2024. That was when I was pounding the table. Now is the time. That was the last time I was pounding the table. So I haven't been this bullish since those two moments. Especially for the altcoins. Have you been DCing out of Bitcoin? I took a little bit. I'll be doing more in the 130s. That's where I'm going to take most of my profit on Bitcoin. Would you rather have FET or VeChain going forward? VeChain for sure. Bullish on Sui? Not really. It's okay. I think it's going to do fine. It has too much inflation for me, though, personally. That's just personal for me, but, you know, I would love to be face-meltingly wrong. I would love to be comically wrong. I would love for you to come on here one day and just be like, ski, na boo-boo, stick your face in doo-doo. That's what I want. 10, 11, 12 cents for Jasmine. Why do you sell your Bitcoin? To accumulate more Bitcoin. It takes money to make money. Right? It takes money to make money. There's no such thing as something for nothing. So if I'm selling it, it's only for the purpose of accumulating more Bitcoin. Do you think our portfolios as it sits today will minimum 10x? People are holding a lot of nonsense. I'm not sure about minimum 10x. It depends on what you're holding. Like there's a wide variance of what people are holding. So no, I'm not going to say minimum 10x for our, as in the masses. No. Probably about 35, brother. And if I don't sell any more, I'm okay with that. Quick analysis on Solana. I recorded a video. I might not have uploaded it yet. I might have forgot to upload it, to be honest. Do you see XRP to $5 by December? I think that's very possible. Did you say you're not doing any more portfolio reviews? Only I'm going to be very selective. Maybe. I don't really have any more slots though. So it had to be worth it. Yeah, I you know, this is my analysis on this was my analysis on Solana on July 10th. I will show it to you. As we can see, July 10th, 2025. We can see 11 a.m. Make a wish. I put out this analysis. Okay. This was based off of market cap of Solana because market cap is the true price. So let's see what I had. So the market cap was $84 billion market cap. We had our markdown, selling climax, secondary test in phase B, spring, sign of strength, back test, and then I projected us doing a mark up. This is, of course, based off of Wyckoff, which, of course, is based off Wyckoff accumulation. So this was my analysis on Solana July 10th. All right. Now, fast forward. Let's go to my... Where's my Solana market cap? Here you are. Here we go. I have not moved this. As you can see, let's go back. Come on now. Come on now. So I think we're doing a continuation. We're sitting at 134 billion. We're up. What are we up from that point? 84. We are up 65% from that point. Beautiful. But I think we're doing a continuation. Big resistance point is going to be breaking above all-time highs here. Technically, this is the highest daily body candle Solana has ever gotten? Question mark? Let's see. Yes, this is the highest daily body candle Solana market cap has ever gotten. We got to get above. We got to clear this wick. And then my target is 200 billion from there. But I really like the structure. I see no signs of weakness at this point. And I think it's in the midst of the markup still. This is very bullish posture here. 200 on top of the 100, on top of the 20, on top of the 50. Chef's kiss. Gav's dad, thank you for the roses, you savage.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Alan, thanks for the roses, brother. Appreciate you. Do you think most 150, top 150 will hit December highs. Not only do I think they will hit December highs, I think they will go higher. Have your top conviction coins changed? They have not. They have not. I have plan. We're going to steal the moon. I have plan. We're going to steal the moon. Can you talk about your thoughts on market cap related to XRP? Meaning it is different. It's not that different, but I got my targets for XRP based off of market cap. And I recommend doing the same, actually. I recommend looking at if the option is presented, like XRP, like Solana. This is beautiful, by the way. Selling climax, secondary test. This is your bear trap. Big move higher. Back test of the prior range. Very good. Very good for XRP. Next major target is $250 billion market cap. I like the posture a lot. Very nice. You will never get this. You will never get this. La 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 la. Yeah, looking very good to me. My targets are 5, 8, and 12. Based off of market cap. New policy saying immediate approval for crypto ETF submitted. Listen, none of my analysis has been based on ETF. None. It's cool. H bar to 70 cents. I think that that's plausible. Probable. Do you believe the one-to-one theory top hitting by October 15th? Let's go, Ski. I have to go. Thank you for the stream, Skis. Good to see you. What's your time for your lives? Listen, I try to put it out on X. I've been doing that the last few times. I put it out an hour and a half before I go live. My scheduled block when my family is here, they're on a vacation out west and they're on their way back now, is like 5 p.m. Central Time. I am less beholden to my schedule when they're not here, as I'm finding out. So there's that. Do you think FIO will go up? I think FIO will go up. Naka, do you like XYO? I do like XYO. Do you like Rose? I really like Rose. Rose is my top blue chip boom bust play. Like, I think Rose is going to have lots of X's potential. We should shoot for Jupiter. What do you think the top of others will be? I forget what is my prediction. I think it's 1.6 trillion. What is my prediction? 800 billion as high as 1.6 trillion. Yes. All right, let's look at NXRA. I've been seeing notifications on my phone that NXRA has been doing well. I haven't looked at NXRA in a little while. It's still accumulating. So we got to get above the 200. 1.47 cents puts us above the 200. I'll go to 1 or 150. Yeah. Ski do Sonic, please. All right. It's about as clean as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to say nothing. We're just going to let the charts, we're going to let the chart speak for itself. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything. Why? Because the chart speaks for itself. Okay? That is about as clean as it gets. Sometimes I need to say nothing because the chart speaks for itself. All right, that's a bottoming structure. That is a bottoming structure if I've ever seen one. Not only is it a bottoming structure, it's at the end. Not only is it at the end, look at how coiled these moving averages are. They are together. That's it. It has flipped bullish. 20 is on top. Then we have the 50. Then we have the 100. Then we have the 200. This is what happens when you get a big move. We need to break 0063. Daily body would be a clean breakout in my opinion. That's about as clean as it gets though. And that is tight. Tight, tight, tight. Red, blue, green, man, I don't care. Keep it coming. That's tight. Tight, tight. Do you think we'll have a dip? How did you see the market after the cut? It's been choppy. I was expecting a dip or a pump, not sideways. Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to be honest with you. My initial base case was that we would have a slight correction, high or low, after the September rate cuts. That was what I theorized pretty much the whole time. And then about a couple of weeks before it happened, I started getting a little bit of cold feet. I'm like, wait a minute. There are way too many people expecting this. But that was still my base case. And about a week before, I started getting a lot of cold feet about that. And then I think 3 or 4 days officially before rate cuts, I flipped my opinion. I went long on some positions. I went long. We did have a little bit of a correction for Ethereum. I got long on that, but I said I am going to send it. I put that out. And that's why, I think too many people thought that that's what we were going to get. And maybe we still do, but I think that the market has been expecting these cuts forever. And it was literally priced in. So we'll see. We're not out of the woods, right? I would like to see us continuing into, past Friday. But that was my thoughts. That was my tight. You hold BNKR. I do not. Thoughts on LCX? I like LCX. That's probably one of my favorite medium caps. Maybe the next 3 days. To me, if we get through the weekend without any nonsense, then I think we're good. How's the farm coming? The farm is coming. Driveway's up. Address is up. Survey is done. Permits are ready. Can you talk about how you got into Wyckoff and not traditional TA? Jay, that's a good question. I would argue that Wyckoff is traditional TA, though. Right? I would make the argument that Wyckoff is traditional TA. It's just not traditional retail TA. Right? Richard D. Wyckoff is the creator of Wyckoff. And as you can see, this is a black and white picture. When did he die? 1934. He was born in 1837 or 1873. So this is traditional This is traditional finance. It's just not traditional from retail. And the reason it's not traditional from retail, in my opinion, is very simple, because with Wyckoff, you can't just be like, you can't just go, there you go. Plain and simple. So that's traditional TA is trend lines and, you know, patterns. You know, but institutions don't use that. They don't use patterns. Okay. So that's why I try to be in the same flavor as institutions, because, or the apex predator, because they are correct. I've never seen retail be correct. So yeah, I got into Wyckoff because this method was literally made, literally created by the GOAT, Richard D. Wyckoff, 100 years ago. Still works to this very day. And it was created with the end in mind from the beginning. What is the end in mind? The end in mind that the game is rigged. The game is run by the apex predators. Richard D. Wyckoff, 100 years ago in the early 20th century, created this thing centered around the realization that stock price trends were driven primarily by institutional and other large operators who manipulate stock prices in their favor. It worked 100 years ago. It works today, because guess what? The names might have changed, but there's still hammers and nails. There's still predator and prey, and that's why it still works to this day. That's why it works to this day. To this day. To this day. And the reason that most people, it's not a common thing to do, is because there is a large barrier to entry to actually effectively navigating Wyckoff. Okay? You're not going to be able to come off the street and learn Wyckoff and effectively navigate it. That's just not reality. There's no substitute for diving in the charts for hundreds of hours. There's just not. Okay? But you can come off the street and draw a line. You can come off the street and look at a moving average. You can come off the street and recognize a Head and Shoulders. So why is it not traditional? I'd say it's the most traditional. It's just not simple. It's not easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were easy, there would be 100 skis. But there's only one ski. How long until Dynex runs? Love this project. I like Dynex a lot. Dynex is one of my top low market caps for sure. Can it be automated? It cannot be automated. Doge had an ETF today. That's crazy. But institutions aren't buying meme coins, Ski. Lie detector determined that was a lie. They're degenerate gamblers too. They just wear a suit and tie. Says you're respected over at the Rise Up Crypto. Will spoke highly of you. I appreciate that. From the Rise Up. And I have nothing but respect for those guys too. But Wyckoff never imagined crypto, how one tweet from Trump could tank the market. Maybe so. Oh, where did I delete my Twitter? Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Or maybe one tweet from Mr. Orange Man, April 7th, 2025, when Bitcoin was at 74K. We didn't go a second lower. Not a second lower. Bottom's in, boys. Not a second. Lower. Lower. Shout out to Jeremy. Put me on the spot. Made me bet my beard. Here we go. 118 before 70, or I will shave my beard. Did Wyckoff predict a tweet? No. The tweet is noise. The tweet is noise, my friend. It is noise. The news article is noise, my friend. Did it predict the news? It's noise. Who wrote the news article? Right? When you think about, I just read this thing from Bloom's or from Forbes. Who wrote it? Oh, right, a journalist. Okay, good. Okay, now who hired the journalist? Ah, right. The people you're trading against. Do you think for a second they did not have that information months in advance? Months in advance before you got the information? No. No. You got to think a little bit deeper. That's why we have the chart. Trade the news, you will lose. People want a rhyme and a reason. I'm telling you now, friends, there is no rhyme and reason other than apex predators. That is the rhyme. That is the reason. Trade the news, you will lose. All the way back. As far as our little hearts can take it. Elon goes on SNL at the top. That was the most bullish thing ever. Spot futures Bitcoin ETF gets approved at the top. Luna goes to 0 at the local bottom. That was the bearish thing ever. We're going to 12K, they said. FTX goes to 0 at the local bottom, or at the bottom. We're going to 10K. We're going to 12K. Trust me, my wife's boyfriend told me. Silicon Valley Bank goes to 0. Bitcoin pulls back to 20K. This time for real. I promise you, my wife's boyfriend said we're going to 12K. Trust me. Don't you dare buy Bitcoin. By the way, we just put out a video in the Telegram of someone who was saying that. Y'all thought I was saying my man's was bearish since 2023 was hyperbole. Bitcoin pulls back from 31K to 25K. World War III has started. Bitcoin's going to 20K. It's going to 12K for sure. It cannot possibly survive. It can't survive. World War III. We didn't go a second lower. Bitcoin ETF gets approved at the local top. Germany, Mt. Gox selling their Bitcoin. This is it. Pack it up, boys. Germany knows what's up at the local bottom. Mt. Gox. We heard about Mt. Gox for months. We heard about Mt. Gox for years. Japan cut their rates. We're going into a recession. See you boys at 30K. We didn't go a second lower. Not a second lower. Not a second lower. Not for a second did we go lower. To this day, we didn't go lower. To this day, we haven't gone lower. But I need you to think about what was being perpetuated to you by the mainstream when Japan went to 0. All I heard was recession, recession, recession. Location, location, location. That's all I heard. I need you to understand the amount of fear that was being perpetuated to regular people like it's an adrenaline gland IV into the veins of fear. And we didn't go a second lower. Not for a second. The United States sells their Bitcoin at a local bottom, went on to do another 30% move. What about the tariffs? The tariffs are for sure going to send us into a recession. We didn't go lower for a second. Not for a second. No bears in here, only savages. Bills or Dolphins? Last I saw it was 7-7. I don't know. So can Wyckoff tell you what the actual tweet is going to be? No. But it doesn't try to. It doesn't need to. The lion does not concern itself with the parking tickets. No. No, that's another TikToker. That's not me. Tim, go back to the beginning of the live stream. We talked thoroughly about it. Yeah, so can it predict the tweets? Can it predict the actual news article? No, but it doesn't need to. It doesn't try to. The lion does not concern itself with the sheep. VeChain or Flux? Best. VeChain to me is a safer ROI. Flux is a more potential ROI. You can boost Sonic in any crypto on CoinMarketCap now. Nice. Man's dropping gems. That's what I do. That's what I do. What did you go long on? ETH? I went long on ETH and a couple others. What did I go long on? Coffee. Coffee's in the group. What did I go long on? I went long on ETH. Dent, I think. I think there was another one. Yes, right, yeah. So there you go. I'm very bullish for the market right now, guys. What entry price did you get ETH on? On the dip, bro, like at the bottom. I don't actually know what I got, but it was like after the flash crash. I know that. I can tell you. I don't know what I got actually. I'll tell you when I went long on ETH. Here. Like literally somewhere in here, somewhere in there. I'm not sure. What was my price on ETH? I literally don't know. Let's see. What price did I get on ETH? La 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 la. $44.57. That's what I got. Here you go. 44.57.62. That's what I got. Ski 570. Do I just keep moving my stop loss? Have you already taken profit, brother? Do you think we'll have a dip soon? There will always be dips. It's only still going to dollar. What's your bigger? Yes, yes, brother. This bull market or the next? Like 3 times. Okay, then swing for the fences, bro. What's your macro target? If you've taken profit 3 times, like, great, bro. Swing for the fences now. What's your prediction for XRP 5, 8, and 12? 5, $5, $8, 12. Yeah, bro. Swing for the bigger move. That's what I would do. I do that all the time. You are experiencing what I try to set up as many times as I can. Take profit, take profit, take profit. Move stop loss, and then swing for the fences. That is what I try to set up as many times as I can. As many times as I can. That's the game. Bro, I'm pumped for you. 5, 8, 12 this season, yes. Not necessarily all of them. That's my low, medium, high. But I think $5 gets hit. Flux rose. I agree. On your 101 exit, you look at portfolios and give exit targets. Yes, I do. But I'm pretty full right now. When do you think we start running? October. Doge, please. 69 cents. $1.11, $2.20. Crow. Up to the same prediction as Dogecoin, actually. 50 cents, 69 cents, $1.11. Bro, if I put it out, you got, listen, I'm not trying to be that guy. But my service is very affordable for the amount of value that I'm bringing. I'm not trying to be that guy. But if I put it out, I have 5 slots. You better take them. Because they get filled quickly. Yeehaw! Thank you for the hat and mustache, brother. Appreciate ya.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Appreciate you savage. What's your predictions on Sonic in the bear market? The next leg, I think we come back to 10 cents. As in, I think we will be firmly higher than that. Not only higher, but significantly higher. Thanks for the question, though. Theta, I like Theta. 38 cents. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I will never message you first. Those are scammers. Do not get scammed. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. That's somebody from Pakistan. It ain't me, bro. I promise you it ain't me. Yeah, you can hit me up for a slot. They're full right now, though. You can get on the waiting list, I guess, if you want. But I'm not taking that many clients right now, so. What else? Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out.